This is truly unbelievable, deep in the wild lands of Tanzania. The Hadzabe tribe still live as their ancestors did thousands of years ago. No supermarkets, no electricity, no modern tools, just raw survival, ancient skill, and a deep connection to nature. What you're about to witness is a rare glimpse into their incredible way of life, how they track, hunt, and prepare their traditional raw food with nothing but their hands, bows, and instinct. It's real, it's raw, and it's something the modern world has nearly forgotten. Let's go straight into the wild and see how the Hadzabe do it in the early morning light. The Hadzabe men rise with the sun. There are no alarms, no phones, only the sound of birds and the wind rustling through the trees. Today is a hunting day, and excitement is in the air. The hunters quickly gather their bows, a quiver of arrows tipped with deadly poison made from local plants, and begin their journey deep into the bush. Leading the way is an elder hunter, experienced, sharp-eyed, and quiet. He knows these lands better than anyone, and the younger hunters follow him with complete trust. As they move through the dense brush, they barely speak. Their eyes scan the ground for tracks, for movement, for signs of animals. Every step is cautious but fast. They've done this for years. Suddenly, the leader raises his hand. The group freezes. He points to the ground-fresh tracks. Baboon. A large one. This is a good sign. They follow the trail, weaving through trees and tall grass, stopping occasionally to listen. Every sound matters. Then movement in the trees. A quick flash of fur. The baboon is near. The hunters crouch low, moving in silently. They surround the area slowly, communicating only with subtle gestures. The tension is rising. This could be their only chance. Suddenly a sharp whistle and the first arrow is loosed. It flies fast and true, striking the baboon. But the animal doesn't fall. It screams and bolts, climbing high into a massive baobab tree. The hunters don't wait. They're already moving. One of them begins climbing the tree, barefoot, gripping the thick bark with skill.
The others keep their arrows ready in case the animal moves again. It's a dangerous task, but the Hadzabe are fearless. The climber reaches the injured baboon and delivers the final blow. It's over. The hunters cheer quietly, relief and triumph in their eyes.
They've caught one of their most prized animals, a baboon, rich in fat and meat, perfect for the whole family. Carefully, they tie the animal with rope and lower it from the tree. The others catch it and place it in a handmade sling, ready for the long walk back home. The journey is not easy, but their steps are lighter now. They're going back with something special. When they return to the camp, the mood shifts. Children run to see what the hunters have brought. Women begin gathering firewood and preparing the cooking area. Everyone has a role. The hunters sit down to rest, but not for long soon. They'll join in preparing the meat. What's amazing about the Hadzabe is their method. They don't rely on fancy spices or modern tools. Everything is traditional. First, they singe the baboon's fur over an open flame, turning it slowly to remove the hair. The smell fills the air. Then they cut the animal open using sharpened knives made from scrap metal or stones. Every part is used, nothing goes to waste. The organs, the fat, even the brain, they are all part of the meal. Some of the meat is eaten raw, straight after the kill. This is a deep tradition among the Hadzabe, believed to give strength and energy. The rest is roasted slowly over the fire, turning golden and crispy. It's not just about feeding the stomach, it's about feeding the spirit, honoring the animal, and sharing the moment with the community as the food cooks, the tribe gathers. There is laughter, stories, and song. The elders talk about past hunts, teaching the young ones what to look for, how to move, how to respect the land. The flames crackle, the meat sizzles, and the air is thick with a sense of belonging. This is not just survival. This is culture. This is tradition. and it's something few outsiders ever get to see. But here, in this hidden corner of Tanzania, it's still alive, still real, still raw. As the sun begins to set behind the hills of northern Tanzania, the smell of roasted meat drifts through the Hadzabe camp. The baboon, now carefully prepared and slowly cooked, is almost ready to eat. The elders sit in a circle, their weathered faces calm but proud. The children gather close, their eyes wide with anticipation. This is more than just a meal, it's a moment that binds them all together. The Hadzabe don't use plates or cutlery. Everything is shared directly from the fire. A large piece of roasted meat is passed around, and each person tears off a portion with their hands. There's no rush, no greed. Even the smallest child gets a share. The raw liver, considered a delicacy and full of nutrients, is offered first to the hunters. It's eaten with respect, fresh, warm, and raw. In Hadzabe culture, eating raw meat isn't strange. It's normal, even honored. It connects them more deeply to the hunt, the animal, and the life cycle itself. The organs are eaten next. The heart, kidneys, and even the brain are shared carefully. There's a deep understanding among the Hadzabe that every part of the animal has value. Waste is never an option. The fat is especially prijsdrich, smoky, and full of energy. For people who walk for hours, hunt under the burning sun, and sleep under the stars, this fat is like fuel. They chew slowly, savoring every bite. Meanwhile, the remaining meat continues to roast over the fire. Flames crackle as the fat drips and sizzles on the coals. There's music, now soft singing from the women, tapping of sticks, and rhythm from empty gourds used as drums. The Hadzabe don't have written stories, but they carry their history through songs, passed down from one generation to the next. These songs tell tales of great hunts, of spirits in the forest, and of ancestors who still guide their steps as night falls. The fire becomes the center of the village. Shadows dance on the trees as more meat is served. The hunters talk about the baboon they chased, how it ran, how they tracked it, and how they climbed the great baobab to finish the hunt. Each detail is told with excitement and pride. It's thrilling, even for those who weren't there. And for the young boys sitting near the edge of the circle, these stories are lessons. One day it will be their turn. But the Hadzabe are not just hunters. They are gatherers too. Earlier in the day, while the men were deep in the forest, the women were out collecting food berries, wild fruits, and tubers dug from the ground with simple wooden sticks. Some of these roots are eaten raw, others roasted in the ashes of the fire. The mix of meat and plants keeps them healthy, strong, and connected to nature. Everything they eat is found, hunted, or gathered from the land. There are no crops, no domestic animals, no supermarkets. It's all from the wild, and yet they know the forest so well it provides everything they need. They don't store food, they don't waste it, and they only take what's necessary. This deep respect for nature is at the heart of the Hadzabe way of life. As the night grows darker, the fire slowly dies down. People begin to rest. Some sleep on mats made of grass, others near the warm ashes of the cooking fire. There are no walls, no doors, just the stars above and the sounds of the wild. Somewhere nearby, a hyena calls, but the Hadzabe are not afraid. This is their home. The forest protects them, and they respect its rules for most of the world. This life is hard to imagine. No machines, no technology, no schedules. But for the Hadzabe, it's normal. It's freedom. They live in the moment, guided by instinct, tradition, and community. Watching them hunt, cook, and eat is like stepping back in time, back to a way of life that's nearly gone from the earth, yet somehow it survives here. Pure, untouched, raw. And now you've seen it. The thrill of the hunt, the raw tradition of cooking without fear, and the deep bond of a tribe that still lives as their ancestors did. It's not just a way of eating, it's a way of life.